Still not live. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this fucking having problems with the stream. I don't even know if I'm live right now. Gotta check. Set that. This is the second fucking time that I've had problems with the fucking stream. Am I live on Twitch? Thank you. I got a weird placard up too right now. It didn't come back with the original. Come on now. See if we're back on live. Can you guys see me out there? Nice. All right, I can see you guys. I see you guys in chat now. I'm still having monitor problems right now. It's pissing me off to no end. Can you guys hear me on the stream too? It says let me check my mic in the background. Is my mic better now? Can you hear me now? See, I'm having technical issues here in the background. Just hang tight. VIX falling off. It's kind of crazy. I'm looking at the VIX right now. It's bloodbathing, and the price of SPY still being pinned by shorts in this market. Well, not shorts, fucking 0-to-8 puts. Dude, what at the? All right, I'm gonna freak out here in a minute. It's killing me. You know what I'm gonna do is if this turns off once more, I'm gonna switch over to a different monitor. I'm still long here. I'm still long calls. I'm on 398 Cs right now. They're at 42 cents currently. I'm holding. I'm not selling. I'm not selling this. I'm taking this trade to completion today. I don't want to scalp this bullshit. I'm here to make some money. Say squeeze, baby. Squeeze it. What's going on, Miro? I see you, man. Yeah, I'm long calls here, Miro. See ya. Hold on, I'm looking right now. I'm reading texts. Getting told to read texts. Mary, you all bared up right now, dude. What the? I've got some craziness going on, and I don't know what is going on here. All right, Mary, you're in here, brother. Hey, what's going on, my man? I think I did a bunch of water damage to my. I think I did a bunch of water damage to my very expensive monitors. It's gonna cost me some money. I'm gonna have to replace these things. I can already see it. Am I short? No, no, I'm not short here. I picked up some calls somewhere down in here. I'm up 25% on them right now. I need to see price come below the white line, brother. Yeah, it's so I think it happened what 2 or 3 days ago or something like that. 2 days ago, I think. And I let him dry. I had a fan on him, but I it's only been 2 days, so I don't know if they're still wet on the inside or something like that. Maybe I should do the rice trick with a fan or something. Yeah, Mira, I'm long. I'm up 25%. If we don't get any kind of like bloodbath somewhere in here, my man. Uh, I'm looking for at least this two. This one right here. I'm looking for 399.71 and a PT where you guys are up here where sell side is right in here. Ah, nice, Miro. Is it still wet on the inside? Yeah, we got Miro in the chat on YT right now. See, it's weird. I'm not showing, like, I got to refresh the chat. I got really weirdness going on here in the background. It's kind of fucking wonky. It's pissing me off right now. I can see Twitch chat right now. Twitch, all right, I'm back now. I'm good. It's weird too because the one of the displays got stuck on HDR mode, and I couldn't change any of the settings on HDR mode. You spit and piss on the LCD screens. I know what I did 2 days ago, or last time the stream went down. I reset the modem. I was getting hammered in traffic, like hammered, straight hammered. I looked at my traffic and I was getting hammered in the background. So I just changed my IP address. Trading 397.74 right now. Now 51 cents on 398 Cs. They were down around 30 cents or so, 32, bouncing around 32, 34, 36. Almost 100% trade right now. Oh, I gotta do the chat and hang tight here. I got some stuff to do. I forget I have to show the newest chat, and then subscribers only. Any duration. Save. All right. I see you guys. I see your chat now in YouTube. I got I'm having streaming. So I have a big cup of water like this, my kid's cup, and I spilt it all over the desk. And I use these monitors that I travel with so I can stream and travel. And they sit on a magnetic case that like opens and closes. They're very thin monitors. I can slip like 4 of these things in my backpack with a laptop and stream from anywhere. And so I use those as small monitors. I got a bank of monitors here, and I've got 3 here right in the front of me on the lower eye level, and one of them is a monitor for the Streamlabs interface, and it's like shutting down, turning on, turning off, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I just switched the. Okay, so it looks like Winky's doing some stuff. Now sitting around 48 cents right now. Market's not doing shit right here. Looking for a trade higher to 400 if we can get it. Right up there. Fed beige book overall, loan demand fell, credit standards tightened, and delinquency rates rose. 6 districts reported little or no change in economic activity since the previous report, while 6 reported modest growth. Price increases are expected to remain moderate throughout the year, according to Contacts. Amid heightened uncertainty, Contacts predicted that economic conditions would not improve significantly in the coming months. Wages have generally increased at a moderate rate, which is expected to slow further in the coming year. Also, inflationary pressures remained widespread, though price increases in many districts moderated. That's all from the Fed Beige book. Also, in early 2023, overall economic activity increased slightly. I know. So I want to see this at least. I want to see at least this right here. But I want to see more than that. I think we should get here today.
NYMEX diesel April futures settle at $2.74 a gallon, and NYMEX WTI crude April futures settle at $76.66 a barrel. That's down 92 cents or 1.19%. NYMEX gasoline April futures settle at $2.68 a gallon. NYMEX natural gas April futures settle at $2.55.
This stream is sponsored by To The Tick. Get free daily pivot points.
Just a second here. Now trading 50 cents on those calls. $0.52. $0.51 right now. See if we can get a squeeze coming in. $0.56 right now. 57 cents. Come on, baby. 58 cents right now. Just sitting here, dude. I mean, come on, are we gonna do this or what? Like, pay me some money. 54 cents. Fucking Christ. Yeah, I'll show you guys. You guys want to see the trading view script? Dude, what is going on here? So here is the target above on hold on 1 second here. Right in here. 399.76 right here. You have another target above it. You've got 401.47. I don't think we get there above, but for right now, just a nice little target right here. 399.76. Let me take a look and see. Oh, nice. Winky's showing me another way to do chat modding. You know, does this turn into the close on Friday? Where they pin the market into the close again today is the only question. I'm up 80 or 90% in this trade, so you short away. Just keep shorting. Have fun shorting. The market's
Brent
just
crude
sitting
futures
here.
settled at $82.66 a barrel. That's down 63 cents or spot 76% on the session.
Oh, I love trading the Qs. I used to trade them all the time. I make more money on SPY though right now, this year specifically. Last 2 years, doing much better on SPY than any other index. It's the most liquid and illiquid market. I used to trade more tech stuff when we had a liquid market. We don't have a liquid market. I tend to stay with the SPY. It's easier, more money. Once money comes in off the sidelines, I go back to trading a lot of tech. It's hard. It's hard in a liquid market to get, or for me at least, for like it's so slow, right? So it doesn't have the same action that SPY does. I can go in, make money, and be out for the day. I go back and watch the VIX. Just waiting to see this VIX. I want to see the VIX like or just not be trading any higher than 1938, 1949, somewhere in there. As long as the VIX doesn't get up there, I'm good. Hang tight here. I got some text messages I got to look at. I got to send a picture. Hold on. $245. Don't make that airplane on me. Don't do it. Ah, fuck. Here it comes. Don't do that airplane on me. I'm going to get stopped out here in just a minute. I'm close. They're hunting for me in here. Yeah, it's close, Barrow. I'm about to get stopped out here. They keep hunting for me, man. They're trying to stop me out right now. $12 minutes left. Oh, dude, these days like this, I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Yeah, Spy's trying to get, or Vix is trying to get a base here. Come on, baby. Now trading 39 cents. Oh, fuck. Jesus. Come on. One minute's weak, 5 minutes strong-ish, starting to get strong. Hourly is starting to look strong, so mixed bag here. They keep trying to stop me out in this fucking trade. VIX is getting a base. Well, I'm making my eyes bleed here. Bulls are losing it right now. You're starting to watch the 1 minute roll over on the 5. Not going to be too much longer here. We're going to find out real quick. I know I'm going to get stopped out in the next couple minutes. Now we got 10 minutes left. Not much time here. Nine minutes left. There's a bear plane forming right now. Bring this over here. Eight minutes left. Seven minutes. Yeah, it's a snooze fest. I'm dying here. I'm looking around I'm sitting here and I'm watching the clock down here. There's 4 minutes left. This is killing me. It's making my eyes bleed just sitting here in a trade. It's killing me. It's like shit you not like this stuff here. Don't want to trade it. I'm bored. So you refresh the browser and play back to 2. Oh no, you guys talking about yeah, it's boring right now. The bear trade's setting up right now. I'm looking at some puts in the background. I've got some set up to go and buy some puts to counter this trade, but I'm waiting for the hour to see what happens here. Hold on a second. I'm getting tweeted or I'm getting messaged right now. Hold on, let me a second here. Let me see if hold on a second. Let me see if I can where is that? Well, let's move that over. Give me a second here. What is going on here? Give me a second here. I don't know if there's better. Maybe down there is better. I don't know. We'll see. Hold on here. Oh, hold on. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, it probably needs to be moved down here somewhere. Got some things, some technical things I'm doing in the background here. Oh, fuck. Okay. Triggered. 396s. P's. Or I can't even do those. I got to do 397s. 397 P's. Send. Hold on a second. You're just saying there, guys. Where is it at? Right here. Okay. Get started. Copy. Let me see. Share video source will be broadcast to your guests. Main display. Generate a link. Copy. See if this works. Give me a second here. I don't know if I'm putting in my password to dude. Come on now. There we go. See if this works. I'm gonna see if I can do something here in the background. I've got some technical stuff. I'm trying to see if this works or not. Close. Oh, wait a minute. Let's check and see. Oh yeah, baby. Can you hear me? Hold on, let me see if I can hang tight here. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay. Let me check properties here. Collage, dynamics, monitor, and output. I don't know if I can hear you, man, but this could get kind of wonky. Let me just bring you into
See.
Oh yeah, there you go. You're on right now.
You hear me? All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
You're on stream now.
What it is.
Where are you at right now?
I'm sitting at my marina. I came to have lunch.
Are you inside of the marina eating, or are you outside or on the boat?
I am in my boat. Cheers.
Oh, that's even better.
Mm-hmm. Do I sound okay, or is the video okay? Okay. Yeah, we're using my phone because the Wi-Fi in the marina didn't work very well here at the courtesy dock.
You're using your phone because the Wi-Fi doesn't work well at the courtesy dock? Oh, shoot. Hold on a second here. I just did something screwy. What did I just do? I've got sorry, in the background, I'm still having issues. I'm still having issues with this. My displays, everything, like all tech today is automatically figures out what you want to do. And the moment that you're like, no, I want to go in there and change this, it's like, nope. No, we know a better way. And I'm like, no, you don't. I want it this way. I want this monitor display this size. I want it displaying that size, all that kind of stuff. So why are you at the dock today? What's going on? Is it springtime where you are?
It's about 73, 74 degrees, sunny.
I can see the sky behind you. It's gnarly here, man.
No, it's nice. It was like straight up hot yesterday. So we've moved from, it was like 85 yesterday, and today it's kind of cooler, and we got a front coming in.
Is it set like 70s, or is there any humidity, or is there any pollen in the air?
No, we don't have any humidity, but my boat is disgusting. It's covered with pollen. So, I'm dealing with that. These are some first world problems for sure. But yeah, no, it's absolutely gorgeous. The water temperature's still a little warm here.
Well, I lived in Charleston, South Carolina, and my first spring there, the pollen, I couldn't even get the pool, the guy that comes and cleans the pools. He couldn't even get the algae out of the pool. He was there like 3 times a week. And then the pollen that would come into the pool was insane.
Oh yeah. No, it's stupid. I posted a video on Twitter a couple days ago of the lake with pollen in it, and
yellow everywhere.
It literally looks like you're driving through sewage. Like if I told everyone I was in like East Palestine, Ohio, they'd be like, yeah, get them there. EPA needs to come check that out, because it just looks like absolutely horrible.
Your wife's boyfriend lives, I think, nearby where that train derailed.
Man, I tell you, that place has got some trouble for the next couple decades, from what I've read.
It's they say everything is fine. I don't know if that's real or not. We were looking up how often the Great Lakes dump out their water and then replace.
Yeah.
I think
we're
talking about Lake Erie was 6 or 2 years or more than a year at least. It's a shallow lake, but hold on a second.
Slow moving but shallow.
I got cut out of some calls, and now I'm in some puts here. I had to take the other side of the trade. We're starting to bleed off a little bit here. Can you see the chart on your screen or no?
Let me see. Yes, I can.
On your screen. Do you mind my asking? Do you see me, or do you see the chart?
I see you and me and stream chat from inside
cool.
Twitch.
It asked me if I wanted to share the main display, and I did. I don't know if you get like 2-3 boxes, 4 boxes, or what.
No, I just have like the Twitch screen and then 2 video boxes, me and you.
Yeah, I gotcha. I wanted to
Yeah.
know if it was. Let me see if I can share it with you so you can see an actual chart, what's going on in the background, because this is what the chat can see.
Right now I have tiled. I have I have Trading View tiled on the left and this sort of stream manager on the right.
I did fix it says share video source optional main display. It says I'm sharing it. But you know what's neat is I was having problems with the volume before when I was interviewing
Right.
people, and now I don't. I used to hear an echo. Oh yeah, baby. Hold on 1 second here. 397p is trading 47 cents. What do you think of this market right here?
Yeah,
What's your take on the
man.
market overall right now?
God,
What about Tesla?
as a person sitting in 400 Cs right now, I've got to say they're going to burn straight to the ground all day
Dude,
long.
turn those things off. I got stopped out of mine earlier.
No, I mean they're worth like I think 4 cents or 2 cents or something. I'm just gonna let them burn.
Are
It's
you gonna let
fine.
them burn?
Let
It was
them
in
burn.
398s
And then
for a minute there, and they got torched.
yeah, and Tesla, man, Tesla nosedive since the last 10 minutes or so. It's just been it dove straight through the 1, the 5, and it's on its way down. So damn, it's getting hot out here.
Oh yeah, dude. Look at Tesla down there.
Yeah, it ain't pretty. So yeah, my boys disappoint me. Tesla has been along I always wanted to have, but honestly, with that, I heard you talking about it earlier, but with their investor day that was completely unfocused, I know that all the super Tesla bulls came out and said that it was, it was future facing, and that if you don't get it, then you don't understand.
Yeah, you're not a bull, and it's like no,
But
I
I
am.
totally disagree. It was like it was all promise from a company that's been promising a lot for a long time, and none of it was delivery. And so I think that the banks that are invested in Tesla are punishing them and saying, hey, maybe you do have upside. And in the great words of Captain Jim James, we'll take that trade for the move, not for forever. So we'll jump in and we'll miss 10% or 20% of that move, but we'll miss the potential downside. So I think a lot of people have kind of started to reevaluate Tesla based on what they're doing rather than what they're saying. And that's not good for them. That's not good for the stock, because what they're saying is pretty much been the hope and the pump for the last 4 or 5 years since they launched the Cybertruck, the Roadster, and the Semi, and they still haven't done volume delivery of any one of those items. I mean, basically the semis they delivered early this year, they were, a handful of units to a couple of their key customers. So I don't know. I mean, I'm a super Tesla bull. I own 2 Teslas. I have owned every single version of Tesla that has ever been sold. I've owned an X, an S, a 3, a Y. I'm as bullish as they get on the products and on the company.
You're an early adopter too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a super early adopter. Like I bought, I paid stupid money for my Model S with no cool features of what they come with now. But I would just say that at this point, they've got, I don't know, 5 years to deliver some things and then reintroduce new goals and objectives for the team. Or else they're going to end up like Cisco, where they make routers and just make cars, and they make money, but they don't shake the world up like everyone expected them to. So I don't know. I guess I'm a little jaded as a owner, as a long-term investor in Tesla, the types of things that they've promised versus delivered in the last 4 years, 5 years, coming up on 5 years. Model 3 awesome. Model Y was pretty cool. Certainly met a lot of need, but outside of that, man, it's just been a whole lot of, hey, here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, when I saw the Texas thing, I was like, I was like, that's great. I thought it was great. I was like, $30 a month for charging at home. I'm like, that's great. I want to see it across the nation. I want to see it everywhere.
Right, exactly. I mean, and I love the things they do. I don't get me wrong, like their cars are great. I'll never own another gas car after owning a Tesla. Will I ever own something other than a Tesla? Maybe. If something became compelling enough, especially now that they've opened up some of their supercharger network. Anyone that's owned an electric car knows that the supercharger network is absolutely, necessary to own an electric car in America. And from what I hear in, most of the world, but definitely in the US, because everybody else's charging infrastructure sucks absolute balls. Half the time they're broken. When they're not broken, they're not working. When they're not working or broken, they don't recognize your car when you plug them in,
Yeah,
or someone has
Ford has that
stolen the
problem right
charge
now,
cord.
right? They've got
Yeah, Electrify America is the biggest competitor, but all you see is posts about how the Electrify America chargers are broken. And so you got to have a Tesla supercharger network in order to really really use it. If you are going to do a road trip or drive for more than say 3 or 4 hours at a time each way, at that point you've got to use some kind of a remote charger that can do fast charging. I charge my car at home.
Trips. My wife has one, and we don't take long trips, and we drive a like a ski wagon for it. Like
Yeah, I mean, if you don't do
Escalade.
long trips, then it doesn't matter. Like I almost never do long trips, and in the morning my car's full of electricity, and at night I plug it in when I get home. But when you do a long trip, that supercharger network is absolutely the differentiator between I can drive anywhere comfortably with no anxiety about whether I'm going to get there or not, or I'm really worried. What the hell am I going to do crossing the Everglades, getting across Florida? You can't do it in anything but a Tesla.
Lightning people are saying the same thing, right? They're having those same issues.
It's any chargers except for the superchargers. So now Tesla has recently, as in like literally the last week and a half, opened up the supercharger network in certain places to other EVs and like they added a module onto their charging infrastructure to allow them to plug, the North American standard plug into a car using the Tesla plug. And that's key. Without that, you literally couldn't be a serious player and expect Electrify America to deliver for you. Just go search it on Twitter. It'll be hilarious. People posting pictures of like all the chargers with all their plugs cut off.
I'll have to get stopped out again here if I do. I might get stopped out here in just a minute. This is like the land of a million cuts right now. The past 2 days, land of a million cuts. Even puts. I bought puts on 2 days ago, I think. Held them. They didn't fucking print shit. I had to sit in them all day long. They eventually printed, and then I was like, okay. We had even more. Matter of fact, I closed them out for profit, and then we went down some more later, and they still didn't print. I had kept watching them, but I was flat at that point, and I was like, this is pointless.
Oh wow, we just got a bearish cross on the 1 and 5 on Tesla. So headed back down
right now on SPY right now too. So I'm still in puts, but I'm gonna get stopped out. I can already see it. So even puts have been brutal.
That's the joy of not having a stop loss on your absolutely dead calls. You don't have to worry about it.
So right now, right, the 398s are at $1. They were sitting at 80 cents all day long. They just didn't budge, didn't move. There was a moment in the open where there was some money to be made, but
yeah,
it's just brutal.
Where's the Dow
45
right now?
minutes left. What's that?
Dow. Where are we?
Let me take a look at the Dow. Let me take a quick look at the Dow. We'll look at the DIA.
Yeah.
DIA is kind of recovering.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable, I know. We want that. We want that break of the Dow. I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, God, what are
Like
you
Bears
doing?
need to watch this right here. Bears need like bloodbath through this big yellow box, and they're not getting what they want.
Sorry, I just saw Caleb's or no, who's Soldus 44 is gonna get monkey fucked. I don't even know what that is, but I want that.
What did he say?
He said the DIA is gonna get monkey fucked.
Oh man.
I'm ready for that. Let's do that. Some of that.
I mean, in all honesty, I'm looking at the Dow Jones and it's looking like it's bottoming right now. It's not looking as bad. It looks bearish on a normal chart on the triggers and on the velocity. It doesn't. It looks like it's actually bottoming right now. Where like this chart looks like dog shit. Looks like a double bottom on DIA. So
Dow looks really, really bullish though. Though they did just have SDOW. So
yeah, it does look
the
really
short
bullish,
Dow.
doesn't it?
It does.
They
Up
need a
above
break.
its hourly.
Bears need they need to break I think it's 230 they need to break with some conviction. Otherwise, Dow Jones looks fine. Tesla though, I can't do it. I can't even look at it right now personally. I'm like why bother? I don't want to get trapped in any stock. Like stock specific. Like I don't mind losing a little bit of money on zero dates and stuff like that, but whenever I get stuck in a stock, I end up holding it for 6-9 months. And then I'm like, that's it. I'm putting my money to work somewhere else, and it shoots up eventually. And I get all upset about it, and then I'm angry, and I can't. It's the one thing about buying stock is I cannot stand when it rolls over on me and I get stuck for. I mean, I have like my wife's family member got stuck got trapped in like 2020 in some stock and. Been sitting on it for like 2 years. You know, it's like, man, I can't even imagine that.
You almost just want to say, like, at that point, where were you to help them get out of that one they were stuck in and getting something going up so that they could recover it?
I don't know what to say to people. Like family members. I'm like, I got nothing to say to you. I don't know what to say.
Right?
Is it ever
You just
coming
be like,
back?
no,
Don't know. Probably getting repriced.
right. It's like parked in the SPY from 2001 to 2008, and then not recovering until 2013.
Yeah, you know it's weird. You know what you can do is you find what makes it fascinating is if you pick a time in history when we had a crash or a market rollover of some kind, whatever was popular tech then, it's always fascinating to go back and look at tech companies that are now like $2, $3, and they were like front page of the New York Times, and they were trading for like $200-$300, and now they're like, well, like the owner and a couple engineers in an office. They have all their manufacturing done out of China, and
they've done 6 reverse splits.
Yeah, it's sketchy, and you're just like, man, that company never came back. They just unzipped not unzipped the belt, but undid the belt buckle and said, "Fuck it, I'm getting a good paycheck. My 4 most loyal people are getting a good paycheck. We're just gonna hang out here and do our thing." So
no doubt.
So those companies when they don't ever come back, I always wonder about people that owned those at 200. There was one I was looking at. I was looking at a bunch of the gun companies and the anti-riot companies during COVID, and there's a whole slew of them that used to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars and then never came back. Okay, I'm gonna get stopped out of this.
I always wondered about like all those mask companies that went to like $200.
I'm flat
people
right now.
That you basically make like sanitary products and stuff, and just paper products. And then out of nowhere, suddenly went from obscurity, trading at a 1x multiple, and then they jumped up to like 30x multiples.
Yeah,
I've heard. Yeah, and like all those guys have got to be back down to, basically lost all your money, like 1 to 5x.
Okay, so I gotta go do it. Stay with me here for a second. I just do it.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the day, so it's 3:21. It's the power hour. We're not seeing any power hour at the moment. We are at some kind of a base right now. They have murdered everything in the market at this point. I'm looking at both sides right now. You got 397 Cs for 59 cents. Those are in the money. Those are one strike in the money. They've killed every call on the call side at this point. They have we got 398 C's or P's, excuse me, or 92 cents right now. Just no vig in this market, absolutely none. This week specifically, I mean, just look at this, right? We had a sell-off here. I made like on that first sell-off right here. I think I took this trade right here and got out, and I think I made 30% on the puts or something. It wasn't even that good. And then we went down again, and they didn't print shit there either. This is a good side here for puts yesterday on just that quick rug pull. This was all grinded though in here. Any kind of money we made in here, they torched puts here. And then this little leg down in here was kind of brutal to watch as well. It just wasn't like 3, 4, 5, 6, 700% on the downside. And now you see us here. And what do we have, right? We've got this isn't even consolidation. It's I got a hedge in the market, I got a hedge in the market, I got a hedge in the market. We now have the Fed meeting over, but we've got more vol coming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so what are people going to do? They're going to hedge the market. Look at me. I'm not buying Tesla stock here. I have no want or need to be buying this market today. I can't buy Tesla here. I don't want to buy it on a retest of a weekly or at a much lower low. And this is known in the market right now, right? And then we've got vol next week as well. We've got vol all next week, all this week. Then we have the Fed meeting. Normally, we buy into that Fed meeting, right? We normally every time we have a Fed meeting, we sell the minutes, we buy the meeting, and so far we haven't done that at this point. Another issue here too is you've got the JPM collar. Everyone wants to trade to. I'm sure that everybody out there is like, we got to keep it under 4060 or something. And we're only at 396 right now. So that's my assumption that people are going to try to make some kind of a narrative that we have to be underneath this price by the 31st or something, or even the 17th. There'll be a pinning on the market and that kind of stuff. I'm sure that talk is out there right now. So just for the next couple days, I'm going to show you, or just for the rest of the week and tomorrow, nothing has really changed here. We're at a bottom right here. This is that 396, 397 level, same as we talked about yesterday. And then we have that same resistance above at 399.58. That is above, believe it or not, where we are. It's right up here. And then above that, we have one more level at 401.43. And that's where your next sell side is, right here. So we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is the ping pong, man. This is what it is. I don't know what else to say about this. And you see Tesla's decoupling the market in itself. You're seeing some of tech continue higher, right? So you know that hedge funds are shorting the SPY complex while this is all going on, and you're not seeing it impacting the entire market right now, right? You're not. I think we saw Apple was up now 51 cents on the day. Nvidia up 2.7% on the day. And meanwhile, the SPY is doing a whole hell of a lot of nothing. I'm assuming here that Fly Gang and Theta Gang is just cleaning house in here with wide spreads. Otherwise, there's not much else to say. If you're a bear, you are looking to break below this weekly with some conviction. Hold on here. Hang tighter. You need conviction down here. If you can't get conviction, and I don't mean like stick the tip down below down here. That doesn't really cut it. Even like just trading under here for the next 4 days. Maybe you could develop a new resistance instead of support of the market there. The truth is, if you're a bear, you need to smash down in below these levels down in here. We're just not seeing it at this point. Bears losing some velocity in this trade. So give me one more second here. Just gonna mute this This book map. Maybe you'll see it in one of these meetings, I guess. I don't know. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. I'm going to show you here in the SPY briefly, just so you can see what I'm talking about, how that relationship is. You see the daily is quite bearish right here, but this usually marks the near-term end of bearishness. We're at minus 9.49 on the daily. And then you can also see the hourly is starting to roll over here. The 5 minutes getting bullish. The 1 minute's getting bullish. Believe it or not, it's like the bottom end of bearishness. I don't know how long this continues here. You can actually see this is the bottom of the market. Unless we get some material changes here, I consider any pushes down here to be scamish. Not scamish, just not material. We're going to 3,300 or 2,800. We didn't see it from J Powell today. We didn't see J Powell do like a surprise 1, 2, 5% rate increase, something like that. None of that came into the market today. We could come back here on Thursday, Friday, and you'll say we got economic news and that matters. And I'm going to tell you it really doesn't. Not in my view. It might matter down to 395 or something, but if you got, I'm looking for 3,300, and if you need something to cutting of rates, something to get us to 3,300, and without seeing that now, it looks like it's in some kind of a bottoming process at this point, to me at least. And once this vol leaves, we're going to squeeze again. We're back. We might start seeing a lot more of this squeeziness the next week. You can see that that's what this is right here. And if we do that again, you want to be on that trip higher here, of course. So it could be something just like that, right? Trade down and start squeezing higher again, back up to that 402. So you want to be in that trade to try to catch that. And other than that, I don't know what else to say to you. What do you think, Joe?
I mean, I feel like that rejection at around 230, 240 today, that where we got told we weren't going up off of that 1 week trigger, that to me was pretty definitive. So when we turned around there, I thought 394 is a lot more likely than 400, and I feel like that's kind of where we are.
Yeah, I think any moves up are only when they remove the short in the market.
Yeah,
I think
so
until the hedging comes off, and even then it's just another squeeze, right? It's not really fundamental reasons why we're going up.
Like you said yesterday at the end of the show, we're looking for opportunities to buy a dip only so that we can sell a rip, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I see.
Yeah, just selling rips.
Hold on here. I got to get this back up. I'm not seeing like a fundamental reason to buy a dip here.
Ooh.
Hang tight here. Yeah, it's been priced in though. The 0.50 is priced in at this point. It's priced in.
Yeah. What's a Bloomberg? What's a Bloomberg terminal got the percentage rate of a 50% hike at right now? Is it like 85 or 90%?
Yeah, I think that's when we got the roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're priced in at this point. I wish he would come out and just say like 500. What, I don't know, 100, 300. Whatever he wants to do, just throw a number out there and shit can the market.
123 million to the buy side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready for him to do it. Which, unfortunately, I think that his plan of making a soft landing means he can't just go ahead and rip this Band-Aid off, even though I saw a really good chart the other day on someone's. I wish I could give the attribution, but I don't remember who it was that had posted a chart showing soft landing, hard landing, and then no landing.
Allows you to actually hear
And basically, I'm going,
and
I feel like we're at no landing where inflation continues and the economy continues clipping along.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where we are, is like no matter what they do, unless they do something absolutely violent, we're going to end up with a no landing scenario where we basically just continue on and continue to absolutely devastate the, the lower and middle income people of America. Like, where else do we go? There's no easy solution aside from sending a shock to the system through a huge Volcker style, interest rate whip, or just continued inflation and continued chugging along, which, just continues to make everything more expensive and you don't make more money. So guess what? Deal with it.
I wondered about the political season that's coming up, that you would just say, well, if your eggs are going to be $7 a rack, then what we're going to do is get you more money so that you can pay that, right?
But see, that's the problem.
And then
is
rocket fuel, the cocaine fueled market comes right back into play again.
Yeah, because get you more money only works while it's politically expedient now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So like, I can only serve the constituents by giving them a raise through, through stimulus or whatever for a while it matters for me for re-election.
Yeah.
But inflation shows up every single day to trade. So, inflation doesn't give a shit about your election. Like, we'll have that every day. So if we don't put a stop to that, find a way to stop demand for mortgages at 7.5% and houses up 40% year over year, then you're going to end up with literally anyone under the age of, say, 35 never owning a damn home.
Well, there was a time too when people paid 30% on cars and 15 to 20% on houses, right?
That's true, but in that time, the dollar was worth something.
Yeah.
We've had that discussion before. I always used to love early on in my career having the discussion with my dad, who was like always the guy I'd always bounce ideas off of, and he would always say, "Oh, well, when I got out of college, I was only making $10,000 a year." And that was it was my first job out of college in 1974. And so I pulled up the inflation calculator and showed him where that was almost $70-something thousand a year.
Mm-hmm.
First year out of college, right? So, it was only $10,000. A house was 26 grand or 10 grand or 20 grand or whatever the hell it was for you in 1970 something. Yeah. And inflation or interest rates were, 16%. But that was on a house that was 20 grand. That's a totally different world when they're $500,000 for like a starter home. So inflation and the devaluing of the US dollar means that none of this is going to matter if we can't get that under control. You can put interest rates slowly to the moon, but if we don't get the effect of the interest rate rise, then what's the point? So
you're just fighting the eventuality every year of inflation continuing to go higher.
Absolutely.
You're not even really fighting inflation, right? You're just buying time for acceptance.
Right.
Now trading 397.49, trying to squeeze its way up right now.
What Winky just said in chat. If you take a person, if you look at trading places where where they were, they had a broker doing commodities trading, guys making $500,000 a year and had over $300,000 cash in a bank. And he said that as though that was money, because back then it was freaking money. Like that was real money.
Mm-hmm.
Like nowadays, if someone said I got $300,000 in the bank, I'd be like, okay,
yeah,
you're broke. How quick? Like that's not generational wealth. That's this year, maybe next, if you live easily, like carefully. So it's not what it used to be. It used to be that the US dollar was worth something, and making 30,000 of them in a year really was a differentiator amongst your peers. Nowadays, if you make $30,000, you are starving and living nowhere. Yeah.
Starting to squeeze now on the SPY, trading 397.74. You ever seeing a little bit of a hedge come off the market right now? You just look at it right here. I mean,
Oh, wow, yeah, there you
what
go.
fundamental news is going to squeeze us under here? I don't know. I don't know what kind of news could squeeze us. I don't know what economic news could like crash the stock market from here. I just don't see it. But they'll try to short this again. I assure you that they're going to try to short this from above right here.
Yeah,
And
I'm
right
gonna
here,
say
and
if we
right
break
here.
398, I'd love to
Yeah,
see us just break 398 on this run. That would be amazing.
they're at, where are they at right now? They're at sell side's at 399.89 and 401 and some change. And the Senate hearing is over. The volatility of the Senate hearing is over. We've got volatility events this weekend, next week, leading into the FOMC meeting. But even then, you're not going to sell the market on some news before you get to the FOMC meeting. I don't think that you are. I don't think that you're going to sell before a Fed meeting without getting the direction from the Fed president.
No, man.
Nice little squeeze right now.
Yeah, my 400 Cs are all the way up to 1 penny.
You're up to 1 penny? I was on 398 Cs. They were, I think I bought them for 28 or 32 cents or something like that. And they stopped me out of those earlier. I got stopped out of puts down there too. I got taken for like 5, 10 pennies, something like that. Both sides of it.
Right. I was looking at that was when you lost connection earlier today. I was asking right as you were dropping out. I was asking if someone would post the call chains for expirations today, and I was just looking at the hundreds of thousands of calls from like 397 up that were all expiring today, and thinking there's no way they're going to let any of these print.
Yeah, I don't think so.
There's just no way.
But now they are.
Yeah, here they are. But I mean, like, say now they're printing like the 398s. What are they at? Let's see.
Well, so here's crazy, right? So we're trading up right now, right, Joe? Look at this. So we're trading up right now, right? And we've got 300, or we have 446,000 puts. They were 90 cents just an hour ago. They're now only 33 cents. But then they just bought another 450,000 puts at 397 just now, like a minute ago. They just bought a 500,000 contracts on 397p. Just a minute
for today.
Ago. What's that?
For today?
For today, right now.
Ouch.
Right at this moment. So right here, where we are, right here, someone just slammed. Someone just slammed the market with 400,000 puts. And they cost 7
they could go
cents.
Up here.
What's that?
I said that could be fuel to move us up, like Winky's saying. Like, I mean, that's just people closing them. They're buying to cover, like to close them out because they're worth like 7 cents versus 1. Who knows?
I'm like, but I don't think this is retail in any way, shape, or form.
No,
I don't think this is
not these volumes.
But not at these volumes, dude. No way.
Even at the low price, at the volumes, there's no one. There's no guy in like Aurora, Illinois, going, yeah, baby. Now I'm putting on.
I just loaded up 400,000 puts for 7 cents. Let it ride, baby.
Yeah. There's no dude doing that.
I want to know.
Maybe there is, but
448,000.
Imbalance still sitting at
right.
123 million.
Does anybody know the math on that? What that cost?
Times 7 cents.
What is that? That's $7. 7 times. What is that? It's a few $1 million, right?
Yeah. So 7 times 438,000.
3.5 million. I don't know.
Let's see. That would be 3,606,000. No. Yeah, $3,066,000. I gotta believe that's not some guy in Aurora.
Yeah, this isn't 398. This is 397. This is a completely different strike. Completely different strike.
I mean, I kind of hope it's some degenerate that would be like on this channel because that would be fucking sick.
Yeah, it just
But
popped up on my screen like a minute ago, 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, something like that. So I don't know what that is. And it's funny too, is when we're on these days like today, I'm like, man, I could go fucking skiing right now. I could go hiking right
oh
now.
yeah,
I could go up to the
you
I got
could
a
go
lake
sit
house
on
out
your
in-
boat.
What's that?
You can go sit on your boat.
Dude, I got the boat. I got a lake house I could go out to right now. I'm like drive out there 3 hours away, and I'm chilling. And just this market's brutal. Let's look at Nvidia today and see. We should have traded Nvidia today.
Dude, that shit flew today.
Just kept cranking, dude, all the way up. Look at Nvidia all day long, just blasting.
Oh my god!
It's a
Look at
gorgeous
that move.
chart, dude. We looked at the
Look at
chart
that
earlier today,
freaking
and I was
move.
like, "This is a fucking chart." Sorry, what should we swearing? They're saying don't swear anymore. I'm like, "This is a
Yeah,
chart that
from-
you want to buy. You want to
From
buy
like
this
319, 319, you were at 238, and right now they're at 240. That would have been a great option to be holding.
chart." And
Dang.
what time did I come on today? So I came on, I think, at 11:58 or something, and it was at just before, so it's at 239. Well, it's only trading 240, but still, it's like it's the kind of thing where you can. It's the kind of a stock right now that you can buy with confidence and know it's going up. You know, and it's like
Right.
then you're looking at confidence versus Tesla, and then you can actually see the hedge on the market via the SPY options chain. I watch ES in the background, and you'll see ES just rip base. Whoa. You'll see ES rip face while SPY is just stagnant. Just like
I can't believe you would do the blasphemy of back smacking
I know.
the
I'm gonna kill myself with this
the
thing.
bear. Yeah,
The
the
bear.
bear.
I'm gonna hold up to the bear flag up here.
But I say we should have had that out all day.
Yeah, I should have. I should have totally. I've been having technical issues in the background.
You can only listen to so much bear music, though. I mean, at some point, you got to give your ears like a break.
Well, I was hungover this morning too. I was hurting this morning. I put a drink on. I lost some money yesterday, so I'm like, that's it. I'm
Yeah.
fucking out. I'm like, I'm gonna turn one on tonight.
I gotta check the fridge here outside and see. Oh man, I don't keep beer in here over the winter. Hold on, I'm gonna
You
go
don't keep beer in the
downstairs.
boat?
No, I gotta go downstairs and go check the fridge down here.
Go check.
Oh man, I got nothing.
Same price
My
target
wife-
above. We've got 398.78. We also have 399.79 on the upside here.
I got San Pellegrino. That's not gonna help anything. I'm still docked though, so I could just go to the restaurant. But anyway, I was gonna have a drink with you, but
Oh, dude, I can't have a drink right now. I'm like, I don't normally drink, so when I do put a drink on, I'm feeling this definitely. And I was super tired. I haven't slept in days and days and days, so I finally got some sleep.
right.
And then, of course, we made affiliate status. That was kind of a cool thing. Winky did a boss job trying to get us affiliate status on Twitch.
Yeah, that usually takes like 2 years, right?
Oh, dude, 398's now trading 74 cents right now. I'm like crying in my
Holy
tears
shit.
over here, not staying in that trade.
Dude, Nvidia just broke 241.30. It is literally mooning right now.
It's awesome sauce. What's Tesla doing?
241.40.
$6 right now still. Tesla trying to crawl its way back out of the hole. Let's look at Tesla. It's not good for Tesla. It's not great, man, seeing that. That doesn't give me any like wow factor. SPY trying to trade higher right now, 398.74. There's PT1 right here. And then we have PT1 above, or PT2 above at 399.79.
37 million to the buy side.
Oh shoot, I didn't see that. Look at SPY.
Yeah, SPY's cranking right now.
No shit. Well, I need to close these. Let me just see if they're worth 2 pennies now.
I think I've live streamed from the lake house. Have you guys seen me live stream from the lake house or no?
Oh my god, Cap, they're 5 cents right now. The 400 Cs are 5 cents. We're up 500%. If you'd have bought those 400 Cs.
I was in 400 Cs yesterday. They came back to like 11 cents or 20 cents, and I go, I ain't fucking selling. And then they went back down to 11 cents, and then they burned to 0.
Winky says he gave you a wake up call this morning because he was worried about you.
Oh, dude,
Look at that.
I slept like a baby
Man.
this morning.
Man, Winky, that is above and beyond, man. Making sure your boy wakes up in the morning.
Dude, totally watch it out for me. Now trade
Absolutely,
399.05. Looking at trade 399.79 on the upside right now. There's still room to go above. We could actually get even higher. Let me look at 399.70.
Oh, 400's trading 10 cents.
399.70.
If you'd have bought them at 1 penny when I said so, you'd be up 1,000%.
1,000% right now. Now
unfortunately, I'm still down.
399.11. Trying to get 69 more cents, baby. Or maybe not 69. I just wanted to say 69.
11 cents.
399.11. Yeah, we want to get 59 cents or the 399.70 if possible.
Oh man. Into the bell. Give me that 399.70. Come on.
There should be no smashing through of 399.70. That's the hourly trigger. Sorry.
I'm never gonna get free if we don't get up there. I might just take this 10 cents and walk. Let's see. Are we at 10 cents?
We're close.
Damn it, they're
it to
bleeding them off on me.
We're close here. You take the money and run here.
I was going to let him die, but I might as well take 6 cents or 10
it's right
cents.
Here. You can see it. Here's the green line right here. It's already being sold down into the hourly.
All right.
This is what the bulls need, man, to get back on track here. Bulls need this.
You guys can watch someone. You guys can watch someone live on stream lose a bunch of money selling calls. Wait, here we go.
Yeah, sell some calls.
Do it. Yeah, let's sell some calls with a market order before it's too fucking late. I mean, freaking late. Sorry.
Take some money.
Sorry. Yeah.
If you want to know what bulls need for the market to get bullish? It's right there. You want to see, if you're a bull and you want to see the market get bullish, you need to see us trade above 400, trade above 401.50, successfully retest it, and the trade is right there at 401.50.
Oh, damn it!
It's right there actually. 401.50. You'd want to see the squeeze higher, and then the hourly come right up underneath. On the retest, you'd take the trade. 401.50 with confidence. That's the trade for the Bears. The Bulls.
I need one more push. Come on, Spy.
Are you still long right now?
Yeah, because it took me so long to set up the stupid trade on my phone because I'm live with you.
Yeah, right over here.
But it dropped down to 2 cents again, but now we're at 5.
Okay,
all right, come on.
399.70. Try to get to like 399.68. And take some of that off as we head up here.
Got like thousands of shares worth of calls here, and it still isn't worth the beer that I just finished. Come on.
How many contracts do you have? 300, 400?
No, not that many. Thank God, because I took these out way long ago. It's 30, but that's a lot of shares. That's a lot of shares worth. Come on.
That's not too bad.
Come on, you son of a bitch. Where are we? 3 cents? If it touches 5 again, I'll take it.
Well,
we're running out of time.
Bulls are probably like, when are we bullish again? And I'm like, 401.54. Right here.
You're welcome in the boat, Winky, anytime. Let's see. Come on.
So we're looking now for the market on close imbalance. Currently sitting at 236 million to the buy side, just waiting for those final.
Don't be going the wrong way. Come on, damn it.
Yeah, so right here.
243 million to the buy side. So that's the market on close imbalance for the NYSE. 243 million to buy.
They're just draining these damn things.
Dude, they're draining them. So right here, this is where you get bullish. That's how close it is. Isn't this wild how close it is? Not far at all. So a successful defense of this number right here, and the market will once again be bullish. So you're talking about trading above it, retesting it successfully, and then that's where the big trade is. That's where you're like back to bullishness again. That's how close we are, Joe.
I know.
to bullishness. That's not as far off as you'd think. You gonna get this, Joe, or not? Are they gonna deny you into the bell?
We're down to 1 penny.
Oh, dude, you are down to 1 penny.
I lost 1,000%.
Cheers. This is what my week's been like right here.
No, see, the worst part is I'm down to 1%. I'm down 1,000%, and all I have is a San Pellegrino.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm just drinking fizzy water, losing my ass. By the way, anyone want to buy a boat?
That's what we're talking about right now. I've got a boat for sale, I think, coming up here in the next month or two if anyone wants to buy a boat. I'm trying to sell my boat this year, I think. Anybody want a boat? I've got like a 25 or a 30-foot boat if anybody wants it. I don't know. I think
sailboat, right? Sailboat.
Yeah, it's a sailboat. Depends on who's measuring. If I'm paying for a slip, it's 24 feet.
Right. If you're selling it for for someone online, it's like 29 and a half.
27 and a half, 29 feet long.
29 and a half, 3 inches.
If I'm bragging, it's 30 feet.
Right.
But that's for real. If anybody wants to buy a boat this summer and you live near in Michigan, I've got one for you. I've got a boat. Because I don't want to sail it all summer, and then when fall comes, I'll be like, okay, I want to sell it now. And I have to wait until
but
springtime.
you won't want to. If you hold it past May, you're gonna want to keep it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And you can't sell it. No one wants to buy a boat in the fall.
Yeah, you need to tell your wife, be like, we got to sell this boat. We need to do it before the leaves are on the trees, or else, by God, we're going to be on the boat all summer.
That's what I was going to do. So we've got 2 kayaks. So I was like, maybe we'll just kayak this summer and make it easy.
Sounds like a lot of work. It sounds like a lot of work when you can just, open the sails, pull them tight, and just relax.
Kayaking's brutal, man. You go out kayaking for a day, and your arm, you look like a swimmer when you're done. Like your shoulders and your muscles are all like gnarly. Kayakers I want to see what a kayaker looks like.
Another thing.
Their physique.
Like paddleboard people too. There's a lot of those in my marina.
Yeah, we do that. My wife does paddleboarding.
I do too, but I don't do it like they do. Like I do it casually, like a little tipsy, just kind of lightly paddling around the marina.
Are they doing like calisthenics
These people are
on the paddleboard?
Yeah, they're out there like they're trucking through the main causeway and doing handstands and all that shit.
Yeah, I know. Drinking a Starbucks upside down.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm out there just kind of like farting around, like being like, "Hey, you guys got some beer?" Like, kind of looking around. That's not me. It's not my style.
Too funny.
They're gonna do this. We're gonna move this sideways. We'll close below 399. Just to crush.
It's another opportunity to short tomorrow, right? Short news tomorrow. And the news isn't that bad right now. The news, none of the news is that bad. They're bullshitting around with the market right here, man. They're bullshitting around with the Fed with like 225 BPS, 50 BPS, and then you've got like Mary the landscaper that's like, I'm fine, whatever.
Right.
We used her as an example this morning.
Wait, Winky, what is that from?
Oh, the Catalina wine mixers from Step Brothers or Step something, some movie.
Yes, that's it.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer. That's a thing now, by the way. That's a real thing now.
Oh my God, that's so great.
Anyone want my John boat? Yeah. If anybody wants a boat, let me know. I'll totally sell it to you. I'll sell it cheap.
I wouldn't sell my boat. No one can have it. I've changed my mind. I was joking.
Are you keeping it? I mean,
yeah. I see. I don't want a bigger boat. I have the perfect boat for the lake I live on. Like it's 900 miles of shoreline, which is big for Georgia because it's the biggest lake near Atlanta. But anything bigger would be just kind of silly on this lake. I mean, there's people on this lake with big 65-foot, Kansas cruisers from, a couple $1 million. And you just look at them and you're like, really, dude? I mean, you can like go there and then you can go there. That's it. So there's just no point. Like you're not taking like, well, let's do 3 days down to the Bahamas. Like this is not the Miami River. This is freaking a lake. You go from the dam to the like Browns Bridge Road if you have a sailboat, and that's it. Because you go any further and you'll break your mast off. So
we moved here and it was like, I was like, well, we don't need that big of a boat. It's not the ocean. I'm like, we have a trailer boat. We throw it. We have a keel that comes up and mast that goes down, and we can drive it anywhere, drop it into a lake.
Right.
And
see, I got rid of my trailer. I wish I still had one sometimes because it would be pretty cool to have. But I know me. I'm happy with it sitting in its slip. And like I came here today and got on it and threw 4 ropes off and off I went. I like that. So
we talked about
otherwise
putting it in a slip
like
this summer.
2 hours.
We're thinking about getting a rental house close. Right now we drive 3 hours to the lake house, so I'm like, I want something closer. And I was thinking of putting the boat in, but now I'm like, it's like another fucking year of owning that boat. I'm like, I just want to get rid of it now. Springtime is coming because I forget. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sell it, and then springtime comes and I forget, and then summer comes, we use it, and then in fall I'm like, next spring I'm gonna sell this fucking boat. I'm like, I'm selling this boat, I guarantee it. And then I forget again, I sail it again, and now this year I remembered. So I'm like, this is it. I'm getting rid of it. I want a big ocean boat if I can get one. Not a big, but
there you go. That's different.
Something decent.
And Elvirum.
Oh,
you can't use the word asset and boat together. That's
it's a hole in the water you throw money in.
It is. Boats are only for fun and enjoyment, and you understand fully that they are a complete loss creator.
It's a complete loss. It's worse than a vehicle. They're worthless. If you go in the right time of the year to the right person and just say, I'll give you $5, eventually they're going to come to you and say, take it. Just take it the fuck away. Just I get proposals every month for a slip.
Yeah, I mean, my slip.
Yeah,
that was the reason I came here today. I came here today to go to the marina office to pay my 2023, slip dues.
Slip fees.
And it's like over $5,000 for a small slip on the lake for a year.
Yep.
And so it's just not. It's not a good thing. If it is
a marina
literally
or a club.
A marina.
Yeah, I like the marina too better. So I'm down with the marina.
I'm in a marina. There's a restaurant in my marina. There's a service place in my marina. It's everything I need. But it just costs a shit a ton of money, and it's not worth it if you don't. Unless it's worth it if you enjoy it. If you don't use it all the time, it is literally like setting money on fire.
All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go here today. You got Joe Harper here in the stream. Expectations the same, right? Hedge the market into tomorrow for tomorrow's economic news drops in the morning, and we'll see what plays out. I'm assuming it's going to be a lot of this week. If you are a bull out there and you're looking for a turnaround, you know where that number is. I just gave it to you there. If we can trade above and defend 40154, you'd say that the shorting of the market is over at that point. And you're seeing some of that right now. You've got the Fed president has done his thing. The Senate hearing is over. That volatility has come off the market at this point. Should be a positive catalyst, regardless of what he said, unless it was something material in that meeting. And that would mean that we're on standby until the Fed meeting on March 22nd. Do I think that anything could take us down to the depths of hell from here? I don't think so, man. Unless it's unknown news, economic calendar. I don't see 3,300 on an economic calendar event. Maybe, I guess possible, but I'm not seeing it. So I'd be looking for above 40154 to start getting long in this market. If we can get a recheck on that number, if we get a recheck on 40154 currently, I'll take a long position, a spread or something. for the month of March and April. But until we get above there, I want nothing to do with it this upcoming weekend into next week until the vol kind of kicks off this market right now. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9:30. I'll be here tomorrow at 9:30. Everything on the back end is done with everything I had to do here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Joe, I'll give you a call or something via phone call. I appreciate you, Joe, showing up to the stream today.
Sounds good.
Miro stopped in today. It was good to have Miro in here. Special thanks to Jason Hendricks and your wife's boyfriend for taking on admin roles, and for Winky lending a hand technically inside the Discord. I also want to say thanks to all of you out there that show up every single day. Any new subs or follows that are here, I appreciate you. Anyone that tips this show, donates to this show to help keep it alive and going every day, I appreciate you. And I want all of you out there to know that as time passes, you're going to start to get invitations into the new website, and we hope to launch that or at least start beta testing it in the next couple months. Next month and a half, maybe, something like that. Next 2 months, somewhere in there. Should be coming right into summertime. We do that beta testing, and we'll be ready for everybody to get back into the market at the end of the summer. Once they come back from the Catalina wine mixer, we should be ready to rock. Hopefully get a bottom at that point too. That's my hope. There is that we're launching this just as we come into a market bottom, and it's for a new market. All right, so have a good day.
Just need,
you guys want to say anything in the chat? Any questions answered in the chat before I go? Go ahead, Joe. Start talking while they ask questions in the chat.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we need a lot of we need rate hikes so we can crash this bitch and then get going.
Yeah.
So hopefully they haven't priced in 3 rate hikes, being they've only priced in 1 or 2, and then we can get 3 or 4 and just crush this thing.
Yeah, man. Or just end rate hikes at this point so we can dump it.
Yeah, or just give it up. Yeah, give it up.
That's
Because we need to dump it, or else you and I both, our children will never ever be able to own a home because they're going to be like.
I think about
I think about
that. So I own houses here in Detroit, man, and I'm like, I gotta renovate a couple of these and hold on to them for the kids, and I have an Airbnb. I'm like, I can't sell that fucking thing. I'm like, I'll have to give it to the kids one day. What are we gonna do about Mary? Like, Mary the landscaper with the new lawnmowers, the new F-150 or F-250. How do you crush her?
You better hope that F-150 lives for 20 years if we're gonna do what we did in 2001 again, where we like hit a top, come down, hit a top again in like 8 years, and then come down again, and then in 13 years later we finally get through the top.
Do you think, here's a serious question for you. If you're still watching this stream right now, and this is for you, Joe. Do you think that Mary was better off when the market rolled over in 2000 or 2008 then? Like, better off, sound financial positioning, better off then or better off now, or worse off then or worse off now, however you want to look at it?
Then, for sure.
She was better
question.
off then.
Yeah, because I mean, her cost of borrowing was less of an issue when the cost of goods was so much lower.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an easy question to answer. All you got to do is just go to the St. Louis Fed, pull up all of the data on the on inflation versus wage inflation, and lay those fucking maps on top of each other for the last 12 years, 15 years. And see that wage inflation has gone up at a rate of about 3% a year, and that if you add in the last 3 years, that price inflation has gone up, tens of percentages a year. So her buying power for her shitty income has been just absolutely decimated. Whereas, so the things she has to buy have gone up exponentially, but the money that she's earning has not. So I would say, there's no question. The value of your dollar has gone down way faster than the increase in the income of the average person.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that
it's insurmountable.
Made it through, or do you think she would have gotten at least swept up? I agree with this statement 100%. I think maybe the more pointed question is, Mary back then, did she actually own that new lawn equipment and that truck and paid her debt down or not? That's what I guess that my question is, if Mary was back in 07 or 2000 and the government came through to sweep up all this bad debt, like take Mary's business away from her, take her husband away from her, take her truck away from her, take her house because she had made wrong decisions. They're trying to do that right now in the market, and they can't seem to kick Mary to the
I mean,
curb.
the
They
problem
have
they
to.
have,
What's that?
the problem that they have with Mary is, if Mary was a smart business owner, she put away a little bit of money and, like you say, bought hard assets that contribute to her business at extremely advantageous interest rates during the COVID crisis, and is currently sitting on, she's like a homeowner right now that refied during COVID,
Yeah,
sitting on
or didn't even pay her
newer
mortgage during
assets.
COVID, right? Or
Yeah, or sitting on good assets, good or new, and they're all financed at 2.5%,
yeah,
4%, I guess, if it's a lawnmower or whatever.
yeah,
4%. Well, go right now. I mean, I sell equipment and I lease equipment to people for their stores. And right now, my lease rates for someone buying a piece of capital equipment for their store is, Jesus Christ. It's like, it's in the high teens. It's almost like a credit card, for you to buy hard assets that we could repossess if you didn't, pay it. A credit card, they just basically sue you. But these leases are on equipment, like big equipment you could come and get. And the interest rates are like a credit card, like 20%. And so, at this point, the cost of investing in your business is so bad that the average small business owner, which I guess I was saying something more along the lines of, like, this lady, just a standard, just consumer, but a small business owner can't expand, grow, build their business. They're having to pay more and more and more for staff.
yeah.
And, the staff are having to pay more because everything costs more. So, this is a rough cycle. We have to break it. It's going to suck ass. Just like they were on the on the hearing with Jay Powell yesterday, with all the senators asking him questions, and they're all like scoring hit points with each other, which is
Yeah.
total bullshit.
Yeah.
But the real truth of the matter is, for us, we fuck shit up. They act like it's Jerome Powell that's in trouble, that's done something bad.
Yeah.
He's done nothing wrong.
Nothing.
That he's just dealing with the consequences
That's right.
of the actions of the Congress and what they've done. And at this point, we've spent this money. We liquefied the economy and squeezed all this juice into it. And at this point, prices are going crazy because, where that juice went? It didn't go to the people you described. The juice went to fucking JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. They got the juice. The money's in the economy.
Yeah, it's in the economy.
Cindy
It hasn't
didn't.
come out yet.
Yeah,
They have
Cindy
to tax
didn't get the money.
They have to tax that. They have to tax these corporations like to the max.
Yeah.
They have to tax.
So they got that's where the money went. The money
banks
didn't
need to
go
get
into the hands of
taxed.
they do. It's the only way. Either that, or we literally crash the entire economy.
Yeah.
It's the only way that we force people out of jobs that they've acquired over the last 5 years, where they've gotten increases in rates of pay.
That's right.
We
I think
force
Mary
them
gets
out of
hurt.
those
I think
jobs.
Mary gets hurt. Well, I guess so that's what it leads into is, how do you hurt Mary now? And what we're doing doesn't hurt Mary now. So does that
No.
mean that we're going to do this shit for the next 5 years until
If we
Mary
don't-
needs to
if we
buy a
don't
new
shake the
truck or
system.
needs to buy new lawnmowers or whatever? And in that case, does politics jump in where they're like, nah, fuck this, we're gonna raise max interest rate raises, or is it for some kind of an acceptance where another politician jumps in and just says, fuck it, we're gonna accept what it is right now? Because you're right.
I
You're
mean,
gonna go to a devalued dollar that's worthless, right? That's what happens. The dollar just becomes
you know,
worthless.
that's where we're headed. I mean, if you look at a chart of the U.S. dollar's buying power over the last 35 or 40 years,
Mm-hmm.
it has gone to basically, you have to. It's kind of like the reverse of a chart for like Apple, right? If you zoom Apple out, you zoom into Apple, where you can see like 1983.
Yeah.
Basically, it looks like a line at the bottom, like where it's
Yes.
flat until, for 15, 20 years, and then it just takes off, and then you can see where the numbers come in. That's what the dollar's done in reverse.
Yeah,
So
it did that at the
in
start of the 70s.
in the 1970s, the dollar was worth something, and if you had 10,000 of them, you had money. Like, like my dad always used to say, he's like, when I was a kid, I would listen to the radio, and there were ads on the radio where it said, "You could be a thousandaire." I shit you not. And he heard that in like the 1950s, 60s, right? And he would hear like, "You could be a thousandaire." And like at the time, his dad was making like $1,500 a year in like 1956. And that was not great money, but by God, there were 5 kids and they were all alive and eating and lived in a house that they owned in the middle of no fucking where
So Solidus right now is
on
saying that
$1,500.
he said, I think they hinted at it yesterday with the Senate double-digit unemployment coming. It's the only they have to.
It's the only way it's going to fix it.
That's the only way they're going to fix it. And yesterday was hilarious because we talk on the show. I talk about the show all the time. I'm like, look, I'll be honest with you. He has to take your job away from you, and it's not like someone with a professional job. He's going to hit the guy that's making 30, 40, 50, 60,000 a year.
There's 2 ways we fix this. Number 1, double-digit unemployment and destroy people with white-collar jobs.
Yep.
Like we did in 08.
90,000, I would say, not the 200,000 years, the 90,000 years, the engineers that get paid about 90 grand.
Yeah, we got it.
If you're an older engineer, you're fucked.
We got to decimate people with jobs that help them afford to have that $400,000, $500,000 house that is currently rated at $500,000 and would require a mortgage of 7%, which means they're going to be dropping $5,000 a month on a mortgage. We got to have those people lose their jobs and lose their house, or we can continue to devalue the US dollar and put retired people in the poorhouse because the money they saved all their lives is now worth nothing. And so they can't make money in the new economy with the inflated value of the dollar or the deflated value of the dollar. So all the people that are retired or retiring soon, they all get to be poor because they're out of time to make money in the new dollar economy. So one of the two is going to have to happen. We either got to break people that are working, or we're going to destroy the people that are ending their careers and retired.
Yeah.
One of the two's got to happen. And there's that's the reason why it was such a heated debate and why people were yelling at Jay Powell. They all want this to not be the case because there's no right answer here. You're going to fuck a vast percentage of the United States economy in order to fix this. And you just got to decide who it's going to be.
They were astroturfing today yesterday or today on Reddit and Twitter. I saw a bunch of nonsense being floated about how urban areas, and this has been floated for the past 6 months or so, urban area planning is horrible. Like in California, you can't build over 2 stories in large urban areas. Parking lot problems wherever people do this in Detroit. They buy lots here and then rent out parking spaces. Dude, I sit on houses here in Detroit. This some of the same, right? So,
right.
But the point is that Jerome today is trying to float that same idea. Today in the Senate hearing, he's like, well, we've got poor planning in urban areas. That's part of the problem. I'm like, no, it isn't. I'm like, no, it isn't. You've got houses here that are like what were we talking about the other day? $500,000 house right now costs you $5,000 a month with mortgage and all the costs associated.
Right. And that's the average house right now.
That's an average house. That's the average median house, right? No, I think it's the average in the United States.
Not median. not median, average. The
Average,
average
yes, the
house
average.
right now is selling
And I'm
for
like, how
over
many of you guys out there can afford?
$500,000.
How many of you people out there can afford a $500,000 house at $5,000 a month? Maybe with no
Which means
kids,
it's 100,000 downstroke if
no
you're doing
dog.
20%, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to have $100,000 liquid just for the joy of getting a $5,000 mortgage a
Yep.
month.
That's not anything else.
I mean,
That's not
that's
closing. That's not all the other inspections and all the
yeah.
other nonsense that goes with it too.
And then having enough money to fix the AC when it breaks, which will
I
cost
just
another.
found out that the roof is bad too. That's going to cost you another $30K.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, like say that's
right when you buy it,
the
it's
problem
$30K.
is when a house was 27 grand,
Yeah.
when a house was 27 grand and your AC broke, what were you doing? You were basically having to find what, $800, $1,000 to replace your AC.
Dude,
Okay.
when I was young, I remember that there was an idea of quality craftsmanship in your bathroom or kitchen that you built, and that there was an expectation that it would last for you. You could be proud if it lasted 10, 20, 30 years and say, look, it looks great. These days, every single house these days, if it gets sold, we're ripping out the kitchen and putting a new one in. We're ripping out the bathroom, putting in a new bathroom.
Yeah.
The new home buyers, we're gonna renovate this thing, and I'm like, so nothing is built anymore. Everything is throwaway fashion, throwaway
Yeah.
looks to a house. Like every house I walk into right now, I'm like, man, I'm like, those green tiles look great, but I'm like, how are they gonna look in 5 years? And then I'll do the houses I see flips with tile work, and I'm like, that's a really nice looking tile. But then I look closer at it, and I'm like, that fucking tile's built to last like maybe 5 years before it starts chipping. Maybe 5 years you'll get out of that tile, and that's everywhere. And they're still charging, $500,000 for these houses that aren't actually built to last or even look fashionable in longer than 5 years, maybe 3 to 5 years. I don't know. Housing is a weird thing right now to me. So,
Right.
it's a weird thing to me. And how do you get people into those houses not at $500,000, not at $1 million? You can't get a college grad's not going to get that opportunity.
Well, the college grad doesn't have $100,000 put down on a $500,000 house, but I mean, now if you do an FHA loan, you do 2 or 5% or whatever down, but then your mortgage goes up because you're financing a larger percentage of it.
Yeah.
So there's no good entry for young people today already. And as long as we have low inventory, which we do, because people with 2% mortgages aren't going to sell and move to their next house, they're not going to do it, right? Why would you? Why would you move to your next house to basically laugh at your what you paid and take a mortgage now that's higher at 40 or 50? Why would you take another 30-year mortgage at a higher rate at 55 years old just to move up to another house? So people aren't doing it.
We considered selling here in Detroit, and then we stopped. We have to keep these houses without a doubt. We can't get rid of them.
Yeah,
we'll
you
forever
can't.
hold them. Well,
And that's why people are sitting on their houses.
My oldest is we think will be eligible for a full ride to University of Michigan. She'll be applying, of course, to like Stanford and schools like that. But if she doesn't get a full ride, I'm like, do I want to pay that money for her to go there, to be debt ridden for the rest of her life, for a university degree, or does she go to like University of Michigan on a free ride and she can go stay in one of these houses for free? I mean, that's the only leg she's gonna get up, I think. It's a great school. It's like one of the best engineering schools in the U.S. So, I don't know what to say to her. I don't. You've got kids that are just slightly younger than mine. What do you say to your kids? You were saying it to me the other day. You have to buy a house now just in case for them.
Yeah.
To have something.
It's like having a token, right? Like you've got I've got a token in the system so that it will appreciate with property over the next 10 years while they go to college and get older, so that they're not coming in 10 years down the line where the property, where it has inflated basically completely beyond the reach of most kids when they come out of school and decide to get married. Like, I mean, just imagine, everyone laughs at California with the cost of housing there and goes, well, yeah, I would never pay $2 million for 1,600 square feet like they do in, like LA or Southern LA. It's like, well, get ready for that shit to come to your house, like to your town.
Yeah.
Because look at it. If we keep going where we are right now, where housing in the part of the country I live in, which is like way northeast of downtown Atlanta, like the cost of housing is up 40% in the last, say, 3 years. I mean, a house that I sold, back in, 2015 has sold recently for 2.5 times what I sold it for.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. That is insane. And it's not going to change. It's not going to change because people aren't going to get out of their 2% mortgage, and inflation's going to continue. So, more dollars are going to be needed.
Yeah, it's I used to live in Santa Monica, California, right when it became like a hipster town. These shitbox cigar houses, they're not really cigar houses, but they're like a shoebox. They were $1 million homes then, and I'm like, oh, this was in 2000. I can't even imagine what a house would cost on the beach in Santa Monica today. It would have to be millions. I bet that dump
absolutely.
I lived in is probably now worth, I don't know, $5-6
A
million.
a total shitbox condo in Santa Monica would be millions now. I
Yeah.
mean, and that if it could afford to exist, because there's such demand for limited real estate, like on the beach in Santa Monica, where people would want to have extremely expensive homes, and so they'll buy up that $3 million condo and all the other ones next to it, knock it down, and build luxury premium condos. And so, further taking your children away from ever possibly owning a home.
That's what our thing is I have real fear that they won't be able to afford a home. It's bizarre because I'm like, even the fact that I even think this stuff is bizarre to me, at least. I'm like, I can't believe that I'm going to be holding this stuff for 20, 30 years. And this is the fear. The fear is, do I ever get hurt? Do I die? Like I'm a sailor, I want to go sail the world, right? Let's say I fall off the boat and I die. What does my wife do? What does my kids do? If I can't help my kids up one day when they need a lift, what if my daughter gets a divorce and she's got kids and she can't take care of herself? What if use all kinds of these what ifs, right? What if my wife and I both die and I've got nothing to give to my kids? That's like scaling up over time, that's beating inflation, an appreciating asset. And I don't know how they do it on their own. If we're here right now, where are we going to be in 10 or 20 years? I don't know where that is.
If we don't break the back of inflation on the dollar, then we're going to be in a problematic place. I mean, that's it. We've got to break the back of inflation on the dollar. And I mean, they want 2%, but right now we're not trending towards that for a very long time. We have to get interest rates above the rate of inflation and hold them there for 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Until we do that, and if we're not, and if inflation is being sticky and it's looking like it is, and it's not going to go back down, then we have no choice but to raise interest rates above inflation rather than waiting for inflation to come down to get below interest rates, because that's not happening.
I don't believe them. I think that they're lying. I think that they know that there's an aspect to this that some companies aren't going to budge on. I don't like the egg guy that's baking eggs. I think he's like,
Right.
fuck you, it's $6. I don't care if inflation comes down. It's $6 now. I'm never changing. I don't trust you. I would be like that because they know they can't change their prices again for another decade. So if you're just looking at this like a bellwether, if you're looking at eggs and you're like, why are they $6 or $7 right now? Why are they $8? They're telling you, the egg producer is saying, I know this story that you're telling me, that you're fighting inflation. I know this story that you're telling me that you're going to do this and you're going to do that. But I'm telling you, in a decade, eggs will be $7. And I'll be making it by then we have our next event where I have to raise the price of eggs again. And it's scary because you not free range eggs, but there used to be eggs you could get at a store that were like $1, $1.29, maybe
Sure.
$1.99. And
Dude, it was right before COVID. Right before COVID, I shit you not. You could get eggs on Amazon Prime where I live. You could go online and buy them delivered from Amazon Fresh, and it was $2.90 a dozen. And that was in 2019. Like, we're not talking about forever ago. That was 2019. And now, now we're dealing with, with eggs being at like $5 and $6.
Dude, I see them for $7, $8
It's
right
insanity.
now. $7 or $8. Dude,
Yeah.
So the eggs in my stores that are free range are cheaper than the mass produced eggs right now. They're cheaper.
That's crazy.
Cheaper. And I'm like, that there's some guy there or some woman or whomever that's back there going, I don't fucking believe any of these people. I know for a fact that I'm going to be charged. I can tell there's some guy there that's like, look, if I raise the price of or lower the price of eggs down to back to $2 or $3, someone's going to run for office. They're going to talk about I don't know, whatever Reagan was saying, and we're going to rip faces off with debt again, and we're going to rip faces off with inflation. We're going to devalue the dollar. And I'm going to be standing here not being able to raise the price of eggs back to $7. I'm going to get yelled at because there's no event to justify it, which this is. COVID was the event.
Right.
To be like, I'm sorry, we have to raise the price of eggs.
Sure. That was your, like, say, that's our once every 20 years reason why we could, like, truly inflate the cost. And they'll go up higher than they needed to because they won't be able to do it again until the next event.
Yeah, people are like, why? They're like, why do you think they're not? Why don't you think it's not coming down? And I go, because they aren't allowed to raise their prices. When you go to the store, there's like a ground hamburger meat, and you expect it to be a specific price until you're forced into a new price tier for it, until you're forced to accept the new pricing for it. So you'll be like, I want it on sale. I'm not paying $8 for hamburger meat today. You're crazy. It's normally $3 a pound or $5 a pound, and I'm not paying an extra $3. But and you used to cost $1 for hamburger. Then before that, it was 30 cents for hamburger, 10 cents for hamburger. So this is they're foreseeing the future that a life of inflation. In my view, they always have.
Yep.
That's why we're here. This time is different.
I mean, what's
not
really
different.
what's really funny is we were at this place. So, like, we were at the place where inflation was bad, but we had become accustomed to inflation at the levels it was at.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, if you look at that chart that we were describing earlier, the reverse Apple chart, where the dollar used to be worth something and now it's like worth nothing. In 2017 and 18 and 19, the dollar was still worth less and less and less each year. It was just happening at a slow enough pace so that you and me would just go, well, a fucking cheeseburger at McDonald's cost an extra 8 cents this year versus what it was last year. But now suddenly it goes up enough. It's spiked hard enough for everyone to wake up and go, holy shit.
Yeah.
A cheeseburger went up $1. And they all went, wow, now the cost of me surviving and my family surviving has exploded. So now we might get used to this new regime of dollar inflation. But it's not like it's new. It's not like something fundamental has changed. We always have had inflation ever since the dollar went off of a gold standard We have been basically destroying the value of the money sitting in your bank account. Or as it was described to me in my economics class, is they turned the dollar into cheese, and cheese goes bad sitting on your counter.
Yeah.
It forces people to not hoard cheese and instead to eat the cheese.
Mhm.
So it goes all the way back to basic economics. When we turned the dollar into a product that goes bad, that it becomes worth less every single day, it encourages people to do spending.
To spend it.
And it has. Or to buy assets if you make enough of it. But not many people on a percentage basis make enough money to purchase assets that are durable. Most people, the most durable asset they'll ever own in their entire lifetime is, number one, a car, which becomes like cheese, and number two, a house, assuming they ever get enough together for a payment, which not many people do anymore. So, it basically turns people, instead of becoming sovereign and
Our
able
whole
to like
system is
maintain
set up
their
for
own
you to
wealth.
get a mortgage, take some equity out
Yeah.
over it. Our tax system is built around that.
Yeah.
Our tax system is built around you getting married, having children, buying a house,
If
and
you
then
get-
having some
if you ever
catastrophic
get-
shit happen in one of these cycles, and they take it all away from you again and turn it over to the next generation. And we don't do that
If you ever get wealthy enough to pass on wealth to your family such that they don't have to participate in the system, that is a anomaly, and it was a mistake, and something went wrong or really, really right for you.
I think, I think
and I'm not a naysayer guy. Anyone that follows me on Twitter knows that I'm not like Mr. Doom and Gloom, but by God, it's true. I mean, you look at our financial system, it is built to create a people who work their entire lives just to survive, and then at the end you should have $0 left.
Yeah, they rug pull your ass.
Pass on.
That's the
anyone
intent, is
else.
to rug pull you.
Yeah. And the way they do that is by, it used to be the way they would do that is through like horrible levies of taxes, like death taxes and stuff. But they found out it's way easier just to turn the money into fucking cheese.
It's
so that you right now. It was really funny. I asked, "What is enough money to retire?" on Twitter not long ago, and I asked the question, just put a poll out, and I was like, "Can do you think you can retire on $1 million?" And then I said, "Do you think you can retire on $3 million?" And then I said, "Do you think you can retire on $10 million?" And you would be surprised that the majority of people said $1 million would be okay. And I'm like, do you realize that at 3%, which you back out the last 15 years and just look at the last 5, on 3% gains on SPY, are you going to be able to live on $30,000 a year before you pay taxes on it? No. And would that even outrun the inflation of 2 to 3% that the Fed is targeting, or the inflation of 5 to 6% that the Fed is currently dealing with at its best? Fuck no. Your money is becoming cheese, sitting on the counter, going bad. You are losing money every year. Guess what happens to people that lose money every year that don't work? They end up poor. So you have no choice. But most of the world still is living that 1990s, 1980s world where they're like, dude, $1 million is a lot of money. It's like, sorry, buddy.
It's nothing.
And I mean, I realize I'm saying that from my fucking boat. And take that away. It doesn't matter. $1 million, if you want to retire and we're going to have persistent 5% inflation, means you better die really fast after you retire.
I don't know.
Really fast.
I don't know how. I think our electric heat bill for this last month, or I know you don't live in the cold parts, but they just raised all of our utility bills here. Last month was lower. I think we got it down to like 500 or 600. But the start of the winter, we were paying $800 a month, close to it. Like, I'll check. But I think it was 700 or 800. My wife came to me and she was like, power bill in our house is $800. And I was like, what did you say?
Oh yeah.
And we have
Yeah, my power bill in the summer, it has gone up an average of like $60 a year per month. So like each month, each year in the summer, the monthly power bill has gone up about $60 more than the previous month last year.
We're at $800
Pretty
right
stable.
now on a single family home with it's 3 living floors, and then
Right.
it's not huge. It's 17 plus another 7 or something like that. So what is that?
Yeah.
2,400 square feet of living space, and it's on top of each other, so it's not like it's all spread out.
Right. Heat rises.
Heat rises,
You know,
man.
like
and I'm
up
like,
through it.
and I'm like 800 a month. I'm like, I'm like, if I had a job right now working for a McDonald's, let's say.
Not even McDonald's. If you had a job working at one of the factories for GM nearby,
that's a paycheck.
And you suddenly got hit
to
with
utilities.
Yeah.
Paycheck.
Yeah, $800 after taxes
After
because the power
taxes.
company doesn't give a fuck about your taxes.
What is that?
So
That's
you have the
$56,000 a year. You'd have of your $56,000 job or something, or $52,000.
Yeah,
$52,000 a week. Let's say for and let's say you get a couple weeks in there thrown in, but for free for vacation that you didn't take because you're on PTO or something. You rolled it over and just took the money. I don't know. So you get a quarter of that goes to just your utilities. That's not phones, your insurances, your medical, and your dental, and
fuck, that's not groceries. That's not
groceries.
That's not groceries. That's not your doctor bill. That's not your anything.
My
So
groceries for family
at this
of 4
point,
is stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah, at this point, it's crazy. I mean, and I see like Hofstadter said, it depends on if you have a pension. Bro, there are no pensions in the United States unless you are a teacher and a member of the union. There are no pensions anymore.
Yeah,
like I remember the days like where grandparents were on pensions where they basically got to either take it and get a larger amount, but then it ended when they died, or take a smaller amount and then their spouse would get it until they die. And those types of setups are gone. Like that was my grandparents. That's people that are 90 and 80 plus years old in America.
Yeah, my dad.
There are no people in pensions here.
And they do great on this pension. They're very well off.
Pensions were great.
No, they're very well off for the rest of their lives.
That
they're very well off. But this or not, I guess my generation, nowhere near the quality of it.
I worked at 2 companies that had pensions for older employees that had canceled them by the time I started. So like the pensions were gone for newer employees. Like they had ended them about a year and a half before I started.
Yeah.
And they were gone. They're like, these are not an option because we don't want to have to support you or insure any kind of like cost of living adjustments. And they went to like standard 401ks, that's what companies want to do. Yeah. Yeah. 401k, they're like, look, we front load all of the risk by adding money on a yearly basis, and we don't worry about hyperinflation in 30 years because that's not our problem.
Yeah.
And that's smart. Like companies that do that are smart because they're like, look, money is going to continue to devalue at a huge rate. We don't want to have to.
We're losing Joe. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up. I'll check you guys out tomorrow. Any of you that stuck around for the rest of this broadcast, thanks. We're just having a conversation on the live stream. Maybe you're listening in the background. I see the chat is very active right now. That's kind of cool. I love that you guys are talking in the chat right now. Yeah, computer died. Joe's saying his computer died. So thanks for showing up today and listening in. I'll check you guys tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. I apologize for being late this morning. Hopefully we're back up and running here now that we're integrated with Twitch. And I want to say a special thanks to Winky and to all of you for showing up, even sticking around this late into the broadcast. I'll check you guys out tomorrow, 9:30. Thanks for sticking around. Bullshit and John Klopp and Solidus and Hofstetter. Who else is out there? Elvirum's here. Joe Donut was here. Who is here in Twitch? Let me check out the Twitch stream right now. I guess that's everybody. Diebang81. All these names are great. I love everybody's names. Princess